All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're breaking down a really specific and exclusive opportunity that Coach Funk just laid out. It's called the Evergreen 78 Digital Territory. Now, this is a very small window, so you're going to want to pay close attention.
And we're kicking things off with this quote for a reason, because it really frames this entire thing. This isn't about just sitting on the sidelines and watching what happens. No, it's about a choice you have to make between two totally different roles. So what's the big idea here? The mission is simple: digital sovereignty. But look, we're not talking about just owning a piece of something that's already built. This is about having the power to actually establish the infrastructure from the ground up.
And this is the core concept, the Evergreen 78 Digital Territory. But read that definition carefully. This is way more than just a community, right? It's described as an ecosystem where the members themselves control the three things that matter most: the price floor, what you can actually do with the assets, and the entire story around it.
And this slide just nails the mindset shift. You see, an owner, they just hold an asset, kind of crossing their fingers that it goes up in value. But a lead operator, they're the one actually building the infrastructure that creates the value in the first place. It's the difference between being passive and being active.
So how does this big idea become a real opportunity for you? Well, that's where the Founding Operator offer comes in. This is that very specific, time-sensitive shot for a super select group of people.
And when I say select, I mean really select. The initial expansion is hard capped at just 20 people. That's it, 20 total spots. This isn't about getting a huge crowd in, it's about creating a tight, focused founding team. So, how do those 20 spots break down? It's a perfect 50-50 split. And this is smart, because it's designed to balance that OG experience with some fresh energy. So you've got 10 spots reserved for legacy members, and the other 10 are for new blood.
Okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Tier 1, that's for the folks who are already in the community, the current seed heads or EL78 key holders. For them, one of those 10 spots is totally free. It's basically a reward for being there. Then you have Tier 2. This is for new key holders. They can grab one of their 10 spots for a one-time $100 fee. And you really got to understand this part. This is a one-shot deal. It is not a revolving door. Once these 20 spots are claimed, that gate slams shut. The chance to be a founding member, it's gone for good.
Okay, so let's say you get in. You snag one of those spots. What do you actually get? Well, you're not just getting a fancy title. It comes with a whole toolkit, real strategic knowledge.
Every single founding operator gets access to something called the Asset Valuator and Hype Engine. Think of it like a playbook. It's a briefing that breaks down the actual logic for how to price and position assets. It teaches you how to spot the difference between a distressed asset that's ripe for a flip versus a premium one you should hang on to. And, crucially, they give you the math so you can run your own place.
And a huge piece of that engine is mastering this, the 72-hour hype cycle. It's a process, and it's broken down into 3 super clear stages. First, you create the signal. You get people's attention. Second, you attach real utility, a reason for it to exist. And third, you create liquidity, the ability for people to trade it. Signal, utility, liquidity. That's the formula. Now, on top of all that strategic intel, there's one more massive layer of value they've added for these first 20 founders. They're calling it the Anchor Bonus, and it's all about long-term value.
And this is it, the big one. Every single one of those 20 founding operators gets a lifetime membership to the HGF Creators Hub. Not for a year, not for 2 years, for life.
So what's that actually worth in real dollars? Well, normally, you're looking at $100 a year for access to that hub. Every single year.
But for these 20 founders, that annual fee drops to 0, zilch, nada, permanently. This is the real anchor of the deal, a way to seriously reward the people who get in on the ground floor. So let's just do the math here. It's super simple. If you're a new member coming in through Tier 2, your $100 entry fee pays for itself instantly by covering that first year's hub fee. And if you're a legacy member from Tier 1, well, your loyalty just landed you a permanent seat at the table for absolutely nothing. Okay, so where do things stand right now? This isn't some idea for the future, The work is already in motion. Let's look at what's happening immediately. The thing is, the build room is already active. Right now, they're in the process of verifying the 10 legacy key holders who are claiming those free spots. They're also reviewing the blueprint, literally setting the digital and physical boundaries for this territory. The bottom line here is, this isn't a coming soon teaser. It's happening as we speak. And that brings us right back to where we started, doesn't it?
The foundation for this whole thing is being laid right now by those first 20 people. So it really boils down to that very first question. Are you going to be an operator, one of the ones laying the bricks, or are you going to be a spectator just watching it all get built?